Alright, let's go. We're back with another video. This time I'm with my buddy Emlyn. We're gonna do a warm-up / routine video. I got it from Hankovic. He actually gave me the idea. And he's gonna ask in between like some questions so you guys get a clearer view of what I do. And yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy. And thank you for being here. Emlyn, how are you?
I'm alright. Thanks for having me.
Alright, so basically the first thing that I kind of start with is I go to the workshop maps. And I kind of start with the rings maps because I feel like, in my opinion, that works the most because you can get pretty warmed up from these. I just really enjoy them, not gonna lie. Like, what do you do, Emlyn? Like, how do you basically go into training? Or like
I usually go into like rings maps. Not gonna lie, it's the most efficient way to warm up, in my opinion. Yeah.
True. All right, I'm gonna start with Lethamir's giant rings map because I think, in my opinion, it's good to start slow. And it will really help like your mechanical skill along the way as well.
So why do you choose this map?
Alright, so basically I choose this map because it's slow, so it kind of helps you get focused on the controls a little bit more instead of the speed. And you can kind of just flow through the rings a little bit cleaner. And like once you get pretty much good at it, you can start focusing on getting better control overall, you know? Like I just really enjoy doing these because they just feel satisfying, you know? Alright, I basically do this till level 6 because you don't really need all the levels basically to warm up, in my opinion. I kind of just focus on the first 6 to 8 levels. That's kind of what I do because more of that is not really needed. Like you kind of just need 2 minutes of this. And you can use both arrows as well. Like, doesn't really matter what you do, like what binds you have, as long as you can do this, and especially consistent, then it should be fine.
Yeah, so do you use both arrows?
Yeah, I use both because I like being able to move both ways, if I want to recover in some ways. And just being able to land on surfaces pretty clean, as you guys might know in the videos. Like you can see it, I use both because it's just so much better. Like as soon as I started practicing both, I got up so much in ranks, but also in performance.
So you started practicing them. Like how long did it take for you to get them down consistently, both arrows?
Well, it kind of took me, I think, because I started 5 weeks ago with this. But as soon as you kind of get the hang of it, it goes pretty fast. So it's just the thing that you kind of understand to be mirrored, because left is mirrored from right, and right is like mirrored from left.
That must be so weird, yeah.
But yeah, as long as you can get used to that, it's basically cooked. That's all you kind of need. So yeah, and I basically go through all the rings and kind of flow in them. And you can do it freestyle. You can also just like do this, you know. Like it doesn't really matter what you do, as long as you kind of do the thing that you're supposed to do in these rings. Just go through them without failing. So yeah, that's level 8. That's basically the first warm-up that I do. Alright, so the next thing that I kind of do is I want to be more speedy, right? So I focus on the speed jumps rings 3 by DMC. I'll put both maps, by the way, in the description, so you guys can always like go back to them if you want to use them or not. Depends on what you can do. You can use basically every rings map, not gonna lie, but I prefer these because I just really enjoy them. So yeah, there we go. This map, I really like it because you have the open space here to practice dribbles, like what I do right now. Or you can practice it to practice flicks, or you can practice it to catch catches. You can even practice like overall like shooting just by shooting it. So once you restart, basically you can start flying. You can freestyle, or you can do it just simple. Depends on what you want. I always kind of go for the freestyle way because it's more fancy and I like fancy. But yeah, for some people it'll probably be harder because you're not really used to the map. But I feel like every time you do this, you learn something new, right? Like every time you go into this map, it's gonna be easier and easier along the way. And eventually when you can do this like fully, it's basically improvement, you know? Like you always improve. Especially when you do this every day, like it's gonna just improve you in everything.
So do you play this map multiple times, or is it just once?
I do it as long as I feel like doing it, but mostly for warm-up, I do this like until I'm kind of not really feeling the motion anymore. And then I just move on to the next thing. Because you don't want to keep hanging in one like failure. So you kind of just want to go until you're like pretty much not feeling the flow anymore.
Fair enough.
Like now I'm feeling the flow, but once I restart a level like 5 times, I just leave the map because it's not really worth anything, you know. But yeah, it's like as I said, you can do this freestyle like I'm doing right here. or you can basically just take it simple and just move like this, you know? Like you can do whatever.
Depends on your skill level.
So yeah, mostly I end the map like basically here, because from this on it's just the whole map. But yeah, you can do whatever. I kind of stop it here and then I go to the next section basically. Alright, so the next thing that I do is aim training by Coco. The reason why I do this is because with this training pack, or like workshop I mean, you can practice shooting, setups, and basically like redirects and everything. Like it kind of has distances as well, like from shooting and stuff, but I'll show you. So the two options that I turn on are random wall distances and random ball drops, because it will help you create consistency and like different momentum as well. So I choose to go normal. Alright, so the first thing that I kind of do is just I start shooting just to get used to like the pops of the ball, just to get more used to the power. And you can see the random ball drops as well and the distances. And then after that I kind of just start shooting towards the green box, and then the more and more you start shooting, you get more and more used to like shooting to it. You see what I mean? Once you get used to that, you can start using the setups. So you can basically slow down and you can start flying, and you can go to the green box or you can just fly in general, and you can just use it to get better at speeding like in the air and giving the touches, or just catching it, getting a reset, shooting a 10, or you can even make it fancy where you can like you can go up, start aerialing for a longer time, get a reset, and then shoot it.
So why do you think this is more useful than just using free play?
So the thing is, because you have the setup and you have the random positions of the ball, it's kind of better, because in free play you need to reset the ball and it's always at the same point, so you can't really practice randomized consistency. So I use this as a way to get good at different places on the map, but also starting in a different way every time, which makes me better overall, you know. In comp you don't really have the setup the same time like every time, you know.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect way of practicing your setups, just to like kind of get used to the comp scene. So yeah, that's basically the third thing that I do. Alright, so the last thing that I kind of do is I go to free play. Depending on which one, it doesn't really matter, you can do whatever. I prefer this one at the moment because I like the colors of it and the vibe. And I start power training. And what that means, I just start tossing the ball around, try to get speedy, wave dashing, touching the ball. Like you can use bucket mode to kind of spawn the ball in awkward places, go up again. And you can use unlimited boost, you can use limited, like by turning it off in settings. But you can just get used to touching the ball, you know, like from wave dashing on the wall, like this. Alright, so basically after 4 minutes of power training, I kind of start going for like longer freestyling, because if I play in tournaments or private matches, I want to be able to do that as well, like going for the longer freestyle part of the game, which I really enjoy as well. It's just more fun in my opinion lately, because it will let you have more mechanics, you know. Like it will take time of course, but this will just help you general, like overall.
So what style do you think you are?
Well, I basically would do a little bit of everything, like from the ground to the air to like comp, to be always able to perform. Like if someone asks me to do a no flipping, I can do it. If someone asks me to do longer freestyling, I can do it. If someone asks me to do some ground stuff, I can do it, you know, because I practice a little bit of everything to be able to perform in every way.
That's a good mindset. Wait, so what preset are you using right now?
The preset that I'm using is in the setting video, and I'll link it into the description so you can check it out. It's pretty chill. I kind of like it. I like the vibe, and everything that I kind of use is always in the description. You guys can check it out. All right, so that's basically what I do as a warm up. I go from workshops to a little bit of shooting, and I go to free play. That's basically what I do, and then I start queuing. I'm gonna thank my friend Emlyn. I'll link his socials in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And do you have anything to say, Emlyn? Let me know.
No. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Smash the like button and subscribe.
Alright, have a good one, guys. Bye.